Yo, Turkey, tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes! Let's go!
The boxing world was left buzzing after the electrifying clash between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. Both fighters entered the ring with much to prove, and while the outcome was somewhat expected, the fight delivered an impressive display of skill and power from both sides. The pre-fight build-up had generated excitement, and fans couldn't wait to witness whether the younger, powerful Berlanga could dethrone the legendary Canelo. Before the fight, Jake Paul expressed his excitement by calling out Canelo, saying, "Yo, Turkey, tell them we are going for Canelo next. Let's go, Canelo. Come on, you heard it from him. We are ready. Just put me in the game. Put me in the game." Canelo versus Crawford is the biggest fight, and we stay ready so we don't have to get ready. His enthusiasm mirrored that of the fans, who eagerly anticipated Canelo's next steps. But tonight, all eyes were on the fight with Berlanga. As the fight began, it was clear that both Canelo and Berlanga were ready for battle. Canelo Alvarez, the seasoned veteran, came in as the favorite, having faced and defeated some of the biggest names in boxing. Edgar Berlanga, known for his explosive knockout power, entered the ring as the underdog, but with a reputation that could not be overlooked. The early rounds were tense, with Berlanga showing his youth and energy. He landed some solid punches, but Canelo's experience allowed him to dodge and counter with precision. Berlanga, who was fighting a legend, admitted after the fight, "I feel good, man, but at the end of the day, I like victory. Still, I fought a legend, and after this, I know I can be the face of boxing." Berlanga's determination was evident throughout the fight, but Canelo's superior skill was undeniable. At one point, even the referee got caught up in the action, tripping and falling to the canvas. "When the ref fell, I started laughing," Berlanga said with a smile. "Then I fell too. It was a crazy moment. Despite the lighthearted moment, the fight was anything but easy. Canelo's punches were sharp, and his defense was impeccable." After the fight, Berlanga shared that Canelo had told him, "You're a great fighter with a great future ahead of you." For Berlanga, this fight was not just a contest, it was a step towards superstardom. Before the fight, predictions poured in from boxing experts. Tim Chu, a super welterweight fighter, had confidently predicted a straightforward knockout victory for Canelo, stating, "Canelo stops him. I think Berlanga's chinny. I saw a video of Erickson Lubin dropping him, so I think Canelo stops him easily." Chu's prediction was reflective of many experts who believed that Canelo's experience would give him the upper hand. Canelo's dominance in the ring was not surprising to those who knew his background. Former world champion Tim Bradley weighed in on the fight, emphasizing that Canelo's experience would be the deciding factor. Berlanga thinks he can handle Canelo, but experience is key here. Canelo's skill set is miles ahead of Berlanga's inexperience, Bradley said, predicting a late TKO in favor of Canelo. Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo's former promoter, also shared his thoughts ahead of the fight, although his tone was more critical. De La Hoya, who had once guided much of Canelo's career, didn't hold back his frustration over the fight. He criticized Canelo for sidestepping other contenders like David Benavidez and opting for what he considered a less challenging bout against Berlanga. "No one asked for this fight," De La Hoya said. "It's another snooze fest, and they're charging $90 for pay-per-view? It's robbery." His remarks reflected the ongoing tension between him and Canelo following their bitter split. Despite De La Hoya's critique, fans still flocked to watch the fight. It was, after all, taking place on Mexican Independence Day weekend, and Canelo had always drawn massive crowds on such occasions. Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. also weighed in on the fight, offering his analysis of how the match might unfold. Jones, known for his exceptional boxing intellect, stated that if Berlanga could withstand Canelo's powerful blows and continue pressing forward, it would be an exciting fight. However, he cautioned that if Berlanga couldn't take the heat, the fight would likely end early. Jones believed that Berlanga's size advantage over Canelo could play a key role. But he also warned that attempting to match Canelo's skill would be futile. If Berlanga tries to fight on Canelo's level, he's in for a world of trouble. Canelo's experience and skill are unmatched, Jones remarked. In the end, Jones predicted a Canelo victory, with Berlanga struggling to handle the Mexican champion's relentless pressure. The fight itself was a showcase of Canelo's skill and precision. From the opening bell, he controlled the pace, using his superior footwork to evade Berlanga's powerful punches. Berlanga landed some good shots in the early rounds, but as the fight progressed, it became clear that Canelo was in control. By the fifth round, Berlanga was visibly fatigued, while Canelo continued to press forward, landing clean punches that wore down the younger fighter. As the fight entered the later rounds, it was clear that Canelo was pulling away. His body shots were especially punishing, and Berlanga struggled to keep his guard up. By the seventh round, the end was near. Canelo, sensing victory, unleashed a series of powerful punches that sent Berlanga stumbling into the ropes. The referee stepped in, and it was over. Canelo Alvarez had won by TKO. Following the fight, Berlanga was gracious in defeat. "I gave it my all, man," he said. "Canelo is a legend, and it was an honor to fight him. I know I have a bright future in boxing." Canelo, ever the sportsman, praised Berlanga's toughness, but made it clear that his victory was no fluke. "I've been doing this for a long time," Canelo said. "I knew what I had to do, and I executed my game plan perfectly." Boxing fans around the world reacted to the fight, with many praising Canelo's continued dominance at the top of the sport. Even critics like Oscar de la Hoya had to acknowledge the brilliance of Canelo's performance. "I didn't think it would be much of a fight, but Canelo still showed why he's the best," de la Hoya admitted after the bout. Other fighters also weighed in on the fight. Caleb Plant, who had been in attendance, commented, "Canelo did his thing just like I expected. Berlanga is tough, but Canelo's experience is just too much for anyone right now." Plant, who had fought Canelo previously, knew firsthand the skill and power that the Mexican champion brought to the ring. As fans reflected on the fight, many wondered what the future held for both fighters. For Canelo, the question was whether he would finally face David Benavidez, a fight that fans had been clamoring for. Benavidez, known for his relentless pressure and power, was seen by many as the only fighter capable of truly challenging Canelo at super middleweight. Roy Jones Jr. had speculated before the fight that Benavidez would give Canelo trouble, but he also believed that Canelo's experience would ultimately prevail. As for Edgar Berlanga, the future still looked bright despite the loss. He had shown toughness and heart against one of the greatest fighters of this generation, and many believe that with more experience, he could still become a champion. "I'm not done yet," Berlanga said after the fight. "I'll be back stronger and better." In conclusion, the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga was